Ready?
Never am.
What?
Who just signed into my Netflix?
Hold on.
ARTHROPLEURA.
We're rolling. We are rolling.
And we're rolling right here.
Get your
Rolling.
notes out. Oh, hi, video.
What's up, internet?
We have some, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
My name is Mauro,
And I'm Dan.
and we're in Brooklyn.
And we are in the basement.
We are in Brooklyn because Dan decided to,
Take a little staycation.
yeah.
Decided to do some R&R and self-care.
So I don't know how this is going to work because we have the microphones clamped up to two old MacBooks.
And we have coffee
We have
now.
Coffee. Cheers.
Cheers to
our first Brooklyn episode,
cheers
right?
to Brooklyn. I feel like this is the most Brooklyn thing you can do is, hey, I'm recording a podcast.
Yeah. So we're going full Brooklyn, and we are talking about
A living nightmare. This is
worse
I
than
think
whatever we
this
talked
trumps
about.
everything.
We're talking about the ARTHROPLEURA, or the giant prehistoric millipede. Just take a minute.
Just look at this thing. Right
Take
here.
a minute to, if you're in audio, Google it. If you're in video, just look at this. Look at this.
Living nightmare.
Thank God it's dead. I'm not for,
TGID, right?
yeah.
TGID.
I'm not for killing animals in any way, shape, or form, but I'm glad these things aren't around.
But I guess the good part about these guys was they weren't going to eat you.
I know, yeah, but still, seeing one just crawling.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about them since they existed about 295 million years ago.
Oh, welcome to Wiped Out Wednesdays, the segment of Let's Talk About Cool Animals, where we talk about animals that are no longer with us and are
they've been wiped out. What happened just now? We really dropped the ball.
Yeah,
in the
we
beginning
always
of this.
drop the ball.
It's different. Balls get dropped.
So the ARTHROPLEURA, here it is,
Look at that
lived
majestic nightmare.
345 to 295 million years ago. That's the lower Carboniferous period to lower Permian period. A long time ago. So long ago that all the continents were together at this time. Pangea didn't begin to split until about 200 million years ago. So this is well before the continents started to social distance, before it was cool.
Ooh, good topical reference. And friendly reminder, regardless of what our commander-in-chief says, put a mask on.
Yeah, just put a mask on.
It's for the good of the public.
Just put a mask on.
Wash your hands,
so
hug your neighbors.
Dan is going to tell you more about the ARTHROPLEURA, and I'm going to take a sip of coffee.
Brief coffee break.
Yeah.
All right, so the ARTHROPLEURA, otherwise known as the living nightmare that was the giant prehistoric millipede, belonged to the Diplopoda, which is part of the modern millipedes, which are less scary.
It means multiple feet.
But they were not part of the Chelopoda, which are modern centipedes, which are more scary according to our
Have you
notes.
seen those big centipedes that
I love them. I think
but the
that
black and yellow ones, the ones that
think
are
they're
super
beautiful.
venomous, and I mean they can't kill you, but they hurt
Yeah, they sting.
when they sting. There's one I looked up that's I think 20 inches long,
Yeah.
and it's scary.
When we post this, we should tag the insect guy, the bug guy.
Oh yeah, that Polish dude.
I love all of your Instagram stuff. So
The Polish
shout
dude.
out to this guy and shout out to Betty Wade.
And shout out to Poland. Jak się masz?
Moro, have you been to Poland?
No, but I had a Polish ex-girlfriend that
All right.
taught me a bunch of Polish. So
No
thank you for that.
No
thank
shout
you for
outs
everything
to them.
else.
Anyways,
So
how big were they?
Yeah, until now, 395 million years later, they are known as the largest terrestrial arthropods that ever lived. They grew up to 2.5 meters long for all you Americans, 8.5 feet. 8.5 feet. Let me say that again. An 8.5 feet millipede. They were 20 inches wide, or 50 centimeters for the rest of the world, and they split up into 30 segments. So they were like these little strands, 30 segments all together that added up to 40 legs in total.
Now,
So 8.5 feet.
8.5
Let's put the comparison with the 6-foot man, as we always do.
person giant nightmare
man.
monster.
Just imagine. I mean, they weren't that tall, so like a couple of inches off the ground because they were flat. But
They could
yeah,
could raise up like snakes.
they're often depicted as the cobra stance.
Yeah.
Which Don't do that. If you're a paleontologist or whatever those people are called, don't showcase these terrible monsters, like monster bugs, as them being fully articulate that can go up a wall, an 8.5-foot wall.
Yeah, but like that's not near. Like,
No.
all right, otherwise it looks like a bug rug.
Yeah, but still.
Bug rug.
But they were.
Today's episode is brought to
They
you
are
by
not cute in any way, shape, or form.
Disagree. If you are an insect person, they are pretty cool. That being
This
said,
is the holy grail of insects.
that being said, this is a 40-legged nightmare. It is absolutely terrifying looking. Now, they didn't find full fossils of these guys.
Thank God.
They found just partial fossils, primarily found tracks in North America and Scotland,
And it was around our neck of the woods because it was northeastern North America. It was around what is now, I guess, Maine and Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
So they could have very easily been around New York.
Yeah.
Which
I'm just, again, imagining the guy who's like, I'm a paleontologist. I'm looking for dinosaurs. And then he finds like, oh, that's interesting. There are tracks. And then he's like, wait a minute, these are bug tracks. What? How?
That's the thing, because they were equidistant, and like that's how you were able to judge the width.
It was like the thing.
Oh man! So 345 to 295 million years ago, I'm just picturing like just a nightmare of an environment where everything is screaming and everything's on fire.
No, I don't think anything was on fire.
I don't think anyone
Everything
had a
was-
good time back then. No animal had a good time except for
Tardigrades.
Arthropleura. No, they had no land predators. There was nothing larger than them at the time that could compete with them.
No, I was just saying tardigrades were having a good
And
time.
tardigrades are always having a good time because they were around during this time.
They were around forever.
500 million years ago. If you want to listen to our episode on tardigrades, please do so. I think that's our best one yet.
Yeah, we have the most views on that
So
one.
how was this thing able to grow that size?
Well, it had to do with the greater concentration of oxygen in the atmosphere during this time period. So many bugs and animals in general grew larger because of the way their respiratory system is set up. So the greatest gas exchange would require a larger system, hence the size. So
Exactly.
it's theorized that these guys breathe through essentially little holes on the side of their body called spiracles, and that's what fed into their tracheal system. That allowed the oxygen to diffuse directly into the animal, and carbon dioxide was diffused out. Now, scientists haven't kind of fully agreed on this, but that is the current theory on this.
And that's the same system that locusts and
modern-
other open
modern insects.
respiratory systems are commonly found on bugs.
It's kind of a cool system.
It's open. It's
Like-
literally open. There are holes that go straight to these holes, to these, what are they called? You said it before.
Spiracles.
The spiracles. So they go directly into their bloodstream because it's an open circulatory and respiratory system.
Spiracles to the tracheal system,
Yeah,
and then it gets directly diffused.
Into the stream.
If you want to check out this beautiful,
Diagram.
thank you, forgot
Oh,
that
thanks.
word.
So back then, during the Carboniferous period, the concentration of oxygen was 162% greater than it is today.
Ooh.
So imagine that gas exchange would require a very, very big insect in order for it to grow, because all the smaller ones would have a higher concentration of oxygen and not survive. So that's why the concentration is important.
I don't think it necessarily required it. I think it allowed it.
Allowed it. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome
And
for semantics.
interrupting my
I
coffee.
didn't interrupt.
My coffee sip.
Anyways, so scientists, while you drinking your coffee,
Thank you, scientists, for all the work that you do. We're just having fun. You guys do the hard work.
yeah, we've done nothing to actually contribute here. Actually, we hope that people do get some sort of education out of this edutainment.
Edutainment. That's our goal.
Anyways,
Coffee.
Science believed that these nightmare monsters were actually herbivores, so it wasn't that terrifying. They ate plants and stuff, basically
Still
like
terrifying.
giant murder caterpillars. But because they didn't find any head.
Murder caterpillar. I'm going to put a caterpillar with a knife. A murder caterpillar.
Due to the fact that they couldn't find any head fragments, they're really not sure whether or not they were physically capable of eating meat, which I'm cool with, just knowing that they weren't eating meat.
Just imagine if they had just a giant head with pincers. That would make this like eternally more terrifying.
Like, what was that? What was that Pokemon?
No idea.
Pinsor?
Yeah, the
There he
Pinzer.
is.
Pinzer.
So, but also this is kind of cool. So the armor was believed to not be very strong, and they actually,
Thank God. I'm just so glad that these like giant bugs are just bitches.
I'm just picturing
you can just
one
squash it.
Can you make one?
Sure, we're gonna make one crawl.
Can you have it where I'm petting it?
Yeah, stop touching the screen.
But so they actually move similar to caterpillars. Not like
moving the legs. It was
so they kind of like this muscular movement, like the way peristalsis pushes food down the body.
Exactly
opposite, but in nature. But it was because of that lighter armor that they were able to grow larger and larger and larger and become the nightmares that they are today.
I mean, there's some good and there's some bad.
Yes,
they weren't dangerous, but they were giant and terrifying, and probably smelled really bad, like modern millipedes and centipedes.
Smell bad?
They smell terrible. Have you ever smelled a centipede or a millipede?
I think it's because they're rolling around in like dirt and stuff. I don't think they as individuals smell.
So as we know, climate change ruins everything, but sometimes it's good. Sometimes climate change is good. In this case, the ARTHROPLEURA went extinct because of climate change. So
just how climate change is going to wipe out humanity.
Yeah, let's just hope it happens sooner rather than later.
Thank you, big oil, for destroying the planet.
So back in the Carboniferous period, if you can sort of dissect that word, carboniferous is sort of like
Carboniferous?
Yeah, carbon and trees. Yeah. There were a lot of trees back then. There were a lot of rainforests. So climate change changed that. So the moisture went away and everything started drying out, and it reduced the rainforest. So less oxygen in the air. That means less scary bugs.
Well, less giant scary bugs.
Less 8.5 feet long millipedes.
Yes.
Thank God. Thank climate change.
But they did end up, so while this one is gone, it ended up splitting into about 7 different species which evolved and still
which are not
today.
Scary.
Speaking of, I think I just got an email.
From what?
From Science telling me to check our mailbox.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about other animals of the Carboniferous period.
It turns out Science doesn't want to wait.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, we had more things. Oh, okay, this is like urgent.
This is urgent.
Why are they all of a sudden like mailing stuff to us?
I think it's because they don't trust the internet.
Right.
Because they let people like us talk about science on it. So
they want to correct.
They sent us, it says, to podcast loves science. Okay. They sent us a list of the names that they originally...
Oh, like the megalodon.
Similar to that. So they sent us a list of names that they were going to use. So these are the top 5 names for the giant prehistoric millipede from Science. All right. So name number 1, Leggy McLegerson.
All right. Science. Very creative.
Name number 2, giant elongated nightmare bug.
Oh, Science.
This one, Milliepede, Bobby Brown. Can you please right here? Milliepede, Bobby Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Also,
Science is topical. Yeah, we got some cool scientists.
They're super cool. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter how old scientists are; they're still cool. Anyways,
like the ones that named Dolly.
Name number 4, the thing dinosaurs are scared of.
Oh, this was pre-dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, they knew that they had existed.
That was like the story that their parents told.
Yeah,
told their
if
kids.
You get out of that bed,
the ARTHROPLEURA will get you.
And then actually, this is the Latin name that they originally were to go with, and it was called Thingus Underthebedus.
That's my favorite Science. Well done. From Thingus Underthebedus.
That is the genus and species.
Yeah, before they arrived at ARTHROPLEURA, which just means like lot of joints.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one too. Lot of joints.
Lotus jointicus.
Lot of jointicus. Thank you, Science.
Thank you,
wherever
Science.
you are.
Whoever keeps sending these to us, keep
them coming. I don't know how they got your Brooklyn address, but that's very impressive.
I don't either.
So let's talk about the other animals of the Carboniferous period. This is just our.
This is even more of a nightmare.
Yeah, hold on. This is just our little extra. We might talk about these in future episodes, but we're just going to mention them now, just to paint the picture of what the Carboniferous period looked like. Just imagine these 4 animals just crawling around together. So we got the ARTHROPLEURA.
Yes.
What's next?
We have the Pulmonoscorpius. This beautiful beast. I like that they use pulmo because it would cause me to have a pulmonary embolism.
I think they just used it because of the gas exchange that we talked about before.
Probably. But this
right, science? Email us.
At animals@dancepetcare.com.
Yeah.
But this thing...
What was it?
No, it was a 28-inch scorpion.
28 inches, guys.
That big.
Cheers to a 28-inch scorpion. To The Rock, Scorpion King. Remember that movie?
Remember The Rock?
Yeah. This is the Scorpion King babies, 28-inch scorpions.
There better be just a sea of baby rocks.
Then we have another terrifying thing, the Meganeura, 30-inch dragonfly.
This actually sounds really cool to me.
30-inch dragonfly with a wingspan of 5 feet.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, 30 inches long.
The body.
30 inches long and up to 5 feet in the wingspan. Yeah, I didn't write that down to surprise you. Anyway.
Like that is way too long.
And one more that if you don't like the water, you don't have to worry about it.
The Megarachne, a 20-inch spider-like Euryptid?
Eurypterid. Eurypterid.
Eurypterid.
Eurypterid.
Eurypterid.
Eurypterid.
Eurypterid. A marine arthropod.
Yeah, what is a Eurypterid? It's a marine arthropod. Anyway, I feel like that name, Megarachne, is like one of those, the name of a really shitty movie. Like Sharknado or like Megapiranha.
Was there a Megapiranha?
I will find a movie poster of a movie named Megapiranha.
If not, can you make it?
I'll make it.
And can you have The Rock in it?
So just imagine 8.5 foot long millipede, 28-inch scorpion, 30-inch and 5 foot wingspan dragonfly,
60-foot megalodon,
and a 20-inch spider-like crab. Just strutting along.
That one actually doesn't freak me out as much. It kind of sounds like, what are those giant crabs?
King crabs?
No.
Spider crabs?
Coconut crabs.
Coconut crabs. Oh, those are not like long. They're giant.
Huge.
Yeah, they're massive. Probably delicious too. I bet they taste like coconut. But you know what they got the name? Because they crack open coconuts.
Yeah. Which
anyway,
means they could snap your hand right off.
Nothing to do with this, but that's
you really love your
I'm gonna hold the mug now. That's our podcast. What's it called? ARTHROPLEURA. The ARTHROPLEURA, the giant prehistoric millipede. Thank you so much for listening and watching and letting us into your homes.
And Betty White
and coffee.
We love you. We hope that everyone's staying safe, washing their hands, wearing a mask.
All of the things.
Be kind to your neighbor.
Google these things, please, because they're terrifying.
Yeah.
We don't show half of what the research shows.
Again, also, please comment with what you think science should have named this giant beast below, and we will give you a shout out on our episode. And if you have any feedback,
anything, just reach out to us. We're lonely.
Yeah.
So we're signing off from Brooklyn. Hopefully next week we're back in our nice
cushy office,
central air conditioned office.
Central air
but this one's loud. We had to turn it off. Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll see you. Listen Monday, Wednesday. I don't know.
Like and subscribe.
Things. Coffee. Bye, guys.
Bing.